So I started to watch the show Blue Therapy on Netflix, and I really didn't expect to get so triggered about what I was watching. And I have interesting thoughts about it, so let me share them. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing great and just fine. I'm so happy to be back. I actually was on my birthday trip. Yay, I went to Thailand. I had an amazing time. I think I stayed there for about 2 weeks. Then, if you were not aware, with everything happening in Middle East, my return flight got canceled, so I had to even extended my stay in Thailand. That was, not that fun because just to find a ticket to fly back to Canada was awful. But anyway, I'm so glad I'm back. I'm home. And besides that little hiccup, I really had a great time. And I actually started to film over there, like a vlog, like a vlogging trip or trip vlog. But mid stay or mid my trip, I didn't feel like doing it anymore. Like it felt like a job. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna fail as being a content creator. But there's a lot of things going on in my life, in my personal life, and eventually, I'm gonna share those with you. But I I just wanted to really not have to think about anything. So I do have a lot of footage for the first half of my trip. And then on the second half, I might just do shorts because I do filmed, everything in my phone. I just don't have like a vlog, like videos content for my vlogging. If if you guys know what I mean. But anyway, that's beside the point. But I have this coming up, and also something else. I wanted to say thank you all for all the comments in my previous video. If y'all haven't watched it, I would say go watch it. Leave a comment. Like those comments were so insightful, and I will kid you not, some of them stay with me. And in a few months, I think I'll just do like a update from that video because just by changing my mindset, I can already see some changes in me, my attitude, and everything. So anyway, I really, really thank y'all for engaging in that video. So today's video, like I mentioned in my intro, it was gonna be about blue therapy, not so much a review of the show. So far, I'm only at episode 4. Well, I've watched all first 4 episodes. I'm at episode 5. If that's me, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so I've watched the first 4 episodes. I had so many thoughts. I was like, yeah, let me just do a video now, and maybe things gonna change up down the line. But I think there's so much great conversation that we can have with those 4 episodes, and I have so many thoughts in my mind. And I got triggered. I had to stop watching. After the second episode, I was like, no, I cannot watch that. It's so painful to watch. But I pushed through up to episode 4, and I will finish the series. But let's talk about some things, okay? So, just a quick summary. If you don't know what the Blue Therapy Netflix series is about, it's about couples that go to therapy together to work through different type of issues that they have: finances, trust, commitment issue, and so far and so forth. I think that a lot of those issues are relatable to or can be relatable to anyone. And I just wanted to broke it down because of why I got so much triggered what are the red flags, and what I got from those ladies that are in those relationships. And yeah, that's about it. And that's Mr. Handsome. That's gonna do Mr. Handsome gonna do Mr. Handsome. So at that point, even when I put him down, it kept like coming up. So we're gonna let him be him. But okay, let's just right let's jump right into it. So why I got so much triggered. I think the first thought that came in my mind when I watched the first episode, well, at least the first two, is that the black love struggle. I know that every couples have their issues, but I do feel like the black love, the struggle is always at the front. The thing that I always notice is most of the time they are in toxic relationship. It has been a long, long, long time, and they just can't move on, and they will allow themselves to be treated that way, even though maybe deep down they know that they deserve better, but they will still remain in those toxic relationships, even though they have great qualities about themselves. And I'm not going to say you're easily going to find someone else, but sometimes you need to choose yourself in order to protect yourself and in order to have, balanced mental health and just to feel great about yourself. And I do feel that people jeopardize their mental health for the sake of being in a relationship, if that makes sense. And we're just gonna go through some case studies. Some of the couples, I don't want to talk about all of the couples, but some of them, and I really want to talk about the first one, really, really, really triggered me. And I feel like I just wanted to shake that girl. Okay. Okay, the first case study that I want to talk about is Damian Jermaine. I hate Jermaine. Sorry, I hate him. I hate him. He's a gaslighter. Um, to me, it's like you're a cheater. He's a cheater. Sorry, I don't know for a fact. And matter of fact, I haven't finished like the whole episode, so maybe it will come out. But let me just tell you like what I don't like about their dynamic, what I have to say about Demi, and what I have to say about Jermaine. So they're a couple. They have been together for a while. Are they married? They're married. They have two kids together, one 3-year old and one 3 months old. And let me tell you what the first thing jumped into my head when I watched this couple is Jermaine, how he always talked about what he have to say about Demi. If you'll notice, the first thing that he said she has a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul. He complimented her personality and her character more than her physique. Now you're gonna say, "Oh my God, is it a bad thing?" No, it's not. Obviously, it's not. And she does come off as being genuine. However, a man love through his eyes, right? And that doesn't mean they. And that's the thing. Sometimes we lose the plot, meaning that what men value in a woman is not the same thing that women value in a man. So, the conversation saying, "Oh, men are so superficial." It's not true. Their needs are just different than ours. Same thing for them saying to us, "Oh, all we want is a man who has money," or "All we want is a man like a man's money." Like, no, it's not true. What we want is to feel secure and provided for, not only financially but also mentally and physically. So that's what we want, right? But they're gonna say, "Oh my God, it's so superficial," blah 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 blah. So I just wanted to put it out there. So it's not a bad thing that he do value her character. That's not what I'm saying. But I do feel so from from that comment, I was like, I don't think he's how can I say it? Because I've known men like that I talk to, and just like friends or colleagues, we had conversation, and I've seen it firsthand. Men, I'm not gonna settling down, but who settled with women that were not necessarily their type or what they will typically going for, but because of their character they decided to settle with them. But deep down, they're always looking around. Deep down, they're always, when a man doesn't really have what he wants, like in terms of the physicality and stuff like that, he never truly satisfied, always like looking around and stuff like that. So I do feel him, it's that even when he said, oh, yeah, 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 she's my best friend. We're gonna come back to it, but I think it's the third episode or the fourth one. Um, the therapist talk about or ask about their intimacy, and he said, "Yeah, yeah, it's great." And later we find out that it's Demi that said that they haven't been sleeping in the same room for 9 months. But what he gonna say? He gonna say, "Yeah, she's my best friend. Like we're always gonna be together." So I do feel this case study show when a man is has settled with someone that was not necessarily what he was looking for. And there's a say that said that men married the woman that comes in the right time. They don't marry for love. And I do feel like Damian German is that. I do feel like he appreciates her character. He knows that she's a good woman. He knows that she's gonna be a good mother. She's a good mother. She gonna have his back. She's not there for the wrong reason, aka like his money and stuff like that. He knows all of that, but I do feel it doesn't. Maybe she doesn't represent his ideal woman in terms of the appearance and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, Demi is a beautiful woman. I'm not saying that that's my opinion. I'm just saying that based on what German said, that's what come into my mind. And let me know if you find you think it's different or you think I'm wrong and stuff like that. But that's what I got from him. Um, and sometimes I'm like, are a woman that delusional? He went to Usher concert with a friend, not friends, friend. If it was friends, I could have understand that might have women and men there, because they had a booth. But he went with a friend. Like it has to be like a girlfriend, right? Like a girlfriend, a friend that is a girl, like a friend that is a girl, like. But let's say that he really went with a guy. Um, why would you not take the opportunity to bring your wife with you? Like have a nice date, night quality time, especially when Dami said that she let you know that she would like to go and see Usher as well. And I didn't like how the therapist shut down that portion of things. She should just let move on from Usher. No, we're not gonna move on from Usher. She should have like, I don't know. For me, there's something wrong. Maybe it's because I have trust issues. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it was with a woman. No, that's foul. That's foul. So all of Dami's requests to me are fair. She wants him to be more involved in their household. She understands because he kept repeating, "Oh, I'm the head of the shoulder. I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this for my family." Yes, I understand that. But there's like your need and what you think your family needs and what your family really needs. And Damien is there to tell you, oh no, this is what actually we need. And he doesn't hear it. He doesn't hear it because for him, he provide, that's it. What? That's not how it works. So now that we said a little bit what's all wrong with Jermaine, like I really don't feel Jermaine. I really don't like him. Let's talk a little bit more about Dami. I think like in this case study, Dami scream a little bit low esteem. Like And I'm not saying this in a bad way, and I'm just taking her as an example. But again, I've seen it. I've seen it like all around me. That sometimes you get like a woman will be in a relationship with a man that maybe she knows that she wouldn't get because of X, Y reason. I do feel like Demi don't think she can find better if it's not Jermaine. And I do understand they have two kids together. I'm not saying that she has to leave, but I'm just saying that I do see low self esteem when I look at Demi. I do when I look at her, see that she would settle for the strict minimum. It's great that she went into the blue therapy session and she's now voicing her needs. But do I think she would do anything if nothing's changed? The answer is no. She wouldn't leave. She's not gonna leave. And I think Jeremy knows that. That's why he treated her that way, which is bad. Fast forward to episode 4, we learn that he has a work wife. Child, do I need to say more? I think what's probably is happening. Probably, and I'm sure he loves his kids, and I'm sure he loves the family unit that he has with Dami, but his actions show he still wants to be single. So he wants to be single with a family on the side. That's what German is giving. Like, I'm single with a family on the side, not the other way around. So to me, it's just red flag after red flags. I don't see one positive thing to say about their relationship, but it's a dynamic that I see a lot. That we see a lot. I think it's the study of the man who has the great wife, but she might not represent exactly what he would want in a wife, especially in terms of physicality. And on the other way, other side is the woman, Demi, in that case, who maybe have low self-esteem somewhere or do not believe that she's worth a certain type of love. And she will just stay there and remain in a situation that she's not happy with, but at least she has her family and she has her husband. That's my humble opinion. But hey, we'll see how things will develop. Oh my God, with me renting left, right, I forgot to talk about the 9-month thing. So let's talk about it. That's super important. So, yeah, I just want to add a little something. I don't know for you guys, but I think it's almost 100% sure that he's having sex, right? He has to have sex somewhere, somehow. So not only they don't have sex or they're not intimate with each other, I think that's what they said. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you're living apart. It has been 9 months. So do you really believe that he didn't do anything for 9 months while having a work wife, while going to Usher concert with a quote unquote friend? I don't know. I don't know. For me, I don't know. Okay. Maybe I need to finish the series, but I don't understand why like the therapist didn't type into the lack of intimacy more. That's so important and that's so insightful. To me, it's screaming, yeah, I'm cheating. Definitely. Like what man don't have that need for 9 months? Sorry, I don't believe it. I really don't. So yeah, I just wanted to add that because I think I didn't, um, you know, express that. But okay, let's continue with the program. So another case study that I want to talk about is Mike and Yasmine. Mike and Yasmine. So they've been together for 5 years and they are engaged, currently engaged. They have 2 kids together. well, one together and the other one is from Yasmine Pryor's relationship, I believe. So anyway, they're raising two kids together. And we find out quickly enough that there's an imbalance in the financial dynamic. And I really wanted to talk about it because it's a conversation that I have a lot with men. So we learned that Yasmin make twice as money as he does. And we don't know her ethnicity background, but we learned that he is Nigerian, and obviously talk about his culture and how he feels a little bit like a failure because she makes more money, and they came clean that she pays 70% of the rent. I was like, okay. I mean, okay. um, you know. Uh, and we learned that she wants to go to the other step, which is getting married. But for me, the first red flag was she doesn't even know his debt. Like she knows that he's in debt, and that's why she paid more of the the bills in the house is for him to be able to pay up his debt. And she thinks it's around 6,000 pounds, but later we find out it's 12K. I was like, first of all, what would you, and I know you guys have kids together, and that bring me to another point. Think like, okay, I'm not want to be religious with everyone, but to be honest, God is perfect and his plan is perfect. There's an order with things. Like there's another with things. I'm not saying if you follow this a certain order, you will not have any issue. You guys will not divorce. But the order that I believe is that boyfriend, girlfriend, not living together, you guys get engaged, you guys get married, and then you guys have kids. But people are ready to have kids and they don't even know the person, and want to get married with them, but you don't even know their financial situation. And to me it's like alarming. Like what? So why you guys want to get married then? Like or like why? You don't know everything about the person. I'm not saying that you will know everything about your spouse, but some things are so crucial and important because they're a reason of divorce. Like financial is one of the main reason for a divorce. So those are things that have to be discussed beforehand. I guess they're in therapy right now, so that's good. She'll know, but just the need to get married while you not even sure what is death, like that was weird to me, right? Then we quickly find out that he's out of job. He's between job right now, which there's nothing wrong with that. But what's wrong is that he in the morning he actually lived a double life. So Yasmin didn't know that he didn't have his job anymore. So every morning he would dress up as if he's going to work and then come back home when she'll leave. Um, for 2 months, he did that for 2 months. I would be pissed. I would be livid. Again, he came clean, so that's a good thing. But it's just that everything behind it. Like, what does it mean? And what I love about what Mike said, Mike said, and that's my main point. Sometimes, not sometimes, but all the time, we listen to podcaster or men saying that, oh, if a woman has money, why are you requiring your men to have money? Meaning that, those successful women who has a minimum requirement in terms of financial, a lot of men look down upon them, saying that, oh my God, you're 36 years old, or you're 40 years old, you're 45, and you want a man who gonna be a six figure, like, he's a six figure man, blah blah blah. Do you think that you need that? What would change if you personally can already provide that lifestyle for you? Why would you want a man who make as much as you or more than you? And the answer is there. He is the perfect case study of that. The issue, and I've been in I dated a man like that, which was really bad. I made more than me. He made it an issue, not me. He made it an issue. And some men sometimes will say, oh no, woman, if a man make less than you, you're not gonna respect him. And I love the fact that even Mike said, oh, Yasmine, do not make me feel that way. She's not the one who made me feel smaller because she makes more than me. He said that, and I love that. That's exactly what I've been talking about. Some men cannot take it, they cannot take the fact that the woman makes more than them. They're not. They're not. And I do feel Mike is self-sabotaging. Like he's such in his head. And it's a little bit weird with him because I know with his upbringing and everything, they didn't have much money, and now he needs to prove himself in front of others that he has money even though he doesn't have money. But at the same time, you're not looking out for your family that you say that you love and that you want to protect. Like, anyway, like, I think Mike should do one-on-one session with a therapist because there's a lot of inner issue that he needs to fix in order to be in a healthy relationship. But I just wanted to focus on the financial part, that there are actually men who cannot handle the fact that their woman makes more money. It will always make them feel small. And sometimes what happened, like in my case, they're they will want to bring you down. They will criticize you a lot about like other things, though. Other things that doesn't necessarily make sense, but they do want to feel superior somewhere, right? And that's why it's dangerous. I would say it's not important for a man to make the same amount, like cent for cent, than you. But I would say that's always what I'm saying. It's important for a man to be in a bracket when you guys can have the same lifestyle, or you can maintain the lifestyle that you created for yourself. If I'm able to go to 3 or 4 trips, for example, per year, and with you, I will only be able to go to one, even though I personally work hard to get to a point to go to travel 3 or 4 times a year. I will feel bad. I will feel bad because I was like, well, I work hard to be able to get to that point. And there's nothing wrong with you not be able to do so, but as a woman, it hit differently. So I would say I don't necessarily go by an exact amount. It's more so, will I be able to afford the same lifestyle that I have with someone else if I'm with you, for example? Um, Again, they have kids together. I will never advertise, hey, live that guy, leave your family and be a single woman. But pretty much it's giving single woman. Yasmin is pretty much a single woman at this point. So anyway, I hope though they will work it out, but I just wanted to point that. The other couple I want to talk about is Viktor and Marine. So Viktor is Bulgarian and Marine is Nigerian. So the main issue with them is that she wants to get married and he doesn't. Viktor doesn't. And side note, they have been together for 7 years. I'm like, wow. What I found odd, and I have grievance for both of them, but Okay, let's start with Victor. Victor do rub me the wrong way. He's aware though he's not for everyone and not everyone understand him. Clearly not. One thing that I will say that I appreciate is that he's upfront, somewhat. He told Mary that he doesn't want to get married. That's clear. That's really, really clear to him. Doesn't want to get married. He don't see no plus value in getting married and etc. and etc. So she knows. She knows. So I would say that's a good thing that he's upfront. He do not string her along. Although what I didn't like is that she received rings from him. She interpret that word that as being a promise ring. And he said that they were not promise rings. And she said, but I mentioned that I said that they were promise rings and you didn't say anything. And he said, well, I didn't say anything because it, it made you happy. And I was like, oh, that's fuckbug behavior. Don't do that. Just be upfront. So that was really bad. That's bad on his hand. And the other thing that I think is bad about Victor is that he do not respect Marine's culture. I understand that you're the way that you are, but at the end of the day, she's Nigerian. Family is really, really important for them. And also respecting elders, really, really important for them. So you should embrace that, or if you're not going to embrace that, you should at least respect it. And I do feel that Victor do not respect that aspect of marrying. And what made me a little bit ick and I'm a little bit scared is that he has no one besides her. So for me, how I see it, he's trying to isolate Marine from friends and family, and that's really, really dangerous. Because even though you're in a relationship, even if it's a healthy relationship, you need your friends, you need your tribe, you need your family, you need a village if they want to have kids, for example, to raise a kid. Especially if it's a part of a culture. So that's scary to me. That's really, really scary to me. And I think that's what Victor is trying to do. He tried to isolate Mary from her people. So that's scary. I said Marianne, but I think it's Maria. Anyway, yeah, what I don't like about Maria is I don't understand the purpose of the therapy, to be honest, because Victor has been clear with you that he doesn't want to get married, and that bring me to the that bring me to the study case. The following one is when a man says something, believe it. Like to be honest, she's in a relationship because she thinks she can make him change his mind. He said to you, and he's clear on that, he doesn't want to marry you. He's clear on that. And that's what I don't like about Maria. Like, why are you there for? If your life goals do not align with Victor, why you're still begging? At this point, you're begging for him. You're begging for commitment. And woman, we need to stop. You cannot beg for something. You cannot beg for a relationship. You cannot beg for a commitment. A man who wants to commit will commit to you easily. Easily. We've seen it all the time. Because I think what's happening is that we always relate the outcome to our self-worth. Meaning, like when a man do something, we always put it on us. It's always a reflection of our self-worth. And that's bad. That's really, really bad because that's a completely another human being with a set of thoughts and value completely that may be completely different than you. And their action is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection on them. But I do, and the other thing that I didn't like also, Victor asked a good question. He said, why do you want to get married so much? Like, why is so important? Like, what will change? She couldn't answer. She couldn't answer. Like, it was pretty superficial. She said, "Oh, I want to go from Miss to Mrs." Child, is that their only reason? Is it because you only want the ring? Is it because you know that like she talk about the dream, like a little girl's dream is, the big poofy dress and stuff like that? Why are the reason that you want to get married? That was a really, really good question from Viktor. She couldn't answer. She couldn't give him a good answer. And I will say something. People might not agree with me, but at this point, there are only two reasons why you should get married, or the reason why someone would get married, in my humble opinion. For taxes reasons, depending on the country and where you live, for financial gain or financial privilege, that could be one. And the second one is for religion, and the second one is for religion. But she didn't name neither or. For me, for example, if I relate to me, I know that I want to be in the covenant with God and my husband. I know that the husband that I want has to be Christ-like. That's therefore I will be submissive to my husband, my man, because he's submissive to God. I can only trust a man that has that character in him. That's it. So I know why I want to get married. It's for religion, for religious reasons. And then some other people will say, well, it's for financial, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not saying, well, do think one is better than the other one. But besides that, like, those are more legit reasons. But she couldn't even name one. So I'm not going to fault Viktor because he is straight up and he's clear with his intention. Now, the only issue is Maria. To be honest, if you stay there, you stay in that relationship, it's on you. It's not on him. It's on you. So I don't know how things will develop with them as well. We might be surprised throughout the end, but yeah, that was my thoughts on. I don't have much to say about Debbie and Calvin, to be honest. Yeah, I might circle back. We haven't seen them. We only see them once in the first like 4 episodes. I don't have that many thoughts on them yet, so I'm gonna skip them. Same thing for the lesbian couple. I just find them odd, to be honest. They laugh too much. They smile too much. So I don't know if they're a real couple. I found like Shay, I think, like gimmicky. So I'm gonna skip that. And the last couple are Jay and Daisy. First of all, Daisy is gorgeous. I die when I see her. Every time I see her, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. I will circle back on them. I have some thoughts, but well, okay. Let me just talk about one thing. To me, it's funny. Although they were both wrong, Daisy is wrong, Jay is wrong. Daisy was wrong. Just entertaining another man when you're in a relationship is just bad. Like, don't do that. Just because you're bored, just because you want to feel appreciated, that's just disrespectful, point blank. But the way Jay crashed out, he kissed a whole nother woman. She talked to a man like that. That's hella disrespectful, like I said. But the crash out level was unnecessary. Like, Jay, come on. And that makes me so, and I thought that it was funny because men are like that. They will crash out for the smallest little thing, but on the other side of things will disrespect you by doing things that are way much worse. That makes me laugh. That makes me laugh. But another thing that I want to talk about this couple is, well, although they do say that they would be together if they didn't have a kid, I do think it might be a case of having a kid or thinking that a kid will glue you guys together or make the men stay. But I haven't fully developed my thoughts on them. So I might just circle back on them in the other episode that we're gonna see. But I really wanted to talk about the first three because I think like the first three, there's a lot of maybe red flags or things that we can highlight that a lot of women go through. And I wanted to come from a perspective that although some of the men ain't shit, women, we allowed a lot. And we need to do better. Because it's on us. We allowed them to treat us that way. That's bad. It's good that I'm at a point where it's easy for me to notice red flag. It took a lot for me to get there, to be honest. But now it's maybe that's one of the to be honest, that's one of the reasons why I'm still single. But I think it's nice to recognize those patterns really really quickly enough, and to understand that it's actually, guys, trust me, it's actually better to be single than to be mistreated. Like, because I don't want that. I don't want like a relationship no matter what. No, because I would be in a relationship right now. I want to be in a healthy one, a one that will make both like grow, that we have a purpose together. So women, I do think we need to decentralize men. It's not everything. It's not everything. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to have, but it's not the end of the world either. You know what I mean? And it's okay to have like ups and downs. I had one. I had one done a long time ago, but now I'm striving. Like, I'm good. So, because at the end of the day, I know what I want, and it's not even in terms of materialistic thing. I want to be in peace. I want to smile. Like, I just want to be in peace. I think that's the best way to put it that way. So anyway, I'm gonna continue watching the show. I needed to take a little break because I was like, getting frustrated. But let me know what you guys thought about my analysis. I'm curious what you guys think about this. Um, and if you have like testimony, if you were in those type of situation, like what did you do, and stuff like that. So anyway, let's get the conversation going because I did enjoy reading all of you guys like comments and just engaging, and there's a lot in sight. So please let drop a comment if anything, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay healthy. Bye.